Yo, what is up guys, Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So this video is a quick preview and prediction for Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. Goes down on the Saudi Arabia card on the 23rd of December. In the UK, it will be televised on the DAZN pay-per-view and TNT pay-per-view as well. Interesting fight here on paper. On paper, I stress that a lot as well. But on paper, it is an interesting fight. There's a lot of dynamics to this fight. A lot of unknowns about this fight that make it interesting, potentially. First and foremost, the inactivity of Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has had one round of activity in over 2 years. That was when he knocked out Robert Helenius in a round in October of 2022. One round of activity in over 2 years. Plus he's 38 years old now. He's no spring chicken. Those hard fights with Tyson Fury, etc. How much does Wilder have in the tank? And also, how much does Wilder want it? Wilder these days seems a lot more calm, a lot more measured, a lot less hype in his demeanour. Maybe that's a good thing for Deontay Wilder. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe he has, reevaluated certain things, and maybe now he's better for it. I don't know, but there's a lot of question marks about Deontay Wilder right now, in my opinion. As for Joseph Parker, listen, there's always been question marks about Joseph Parker, in my opinion. I've always seen Joseph Parker as a guy with a pretty good amount of talent, decent speed for a heavyweight, decent athleticism, not the biggest puncher, okay boxer, and he's always shown a good chin, only been stopped once by Joe Joyce, and he took a pasting in that fight. But Joseph Parker, throughout his career, has always been plagued by the accusation that he doesn't have that dog in him, that he doesn't have that mean streak, because there's certain fights where you feel to yourself, he didn't do enough, like he could have done a lot more. The Dillian Whyte fight comes to mind straight away. He should have won that fight, in my opinion. It was there for him to win. The Anthony Joshua fight, unification fight at heavyweight, biggest fight of his career. And while he made it competitive, while he made it difficult for Joshua, he never put his foot on the gas. He never took risks, and he was happy just to be there. That's how it appeared to me. And obviously, as time has passed, Parker's been in some big fights. He's made some good money. He's been a champion. Much like Deontay Wilder, how much does Joseph Parker even want it anymore? In his prime, we was questioning how much he wanted it, let alone now. Plus, obviously, Parker, not too far removed from that Joe Joyce loss where he took a pasting. He's come back since then, had a couple of wins over lower level guys. But what does he have left? What does Parker have left? Who knows? So yeah, I question where both guys are at, personally. But stylistically, it's interesting. I find it interesting hearing people's breakdowns for this fight. Most people I see are insinuating Joseph Parker should box and move against Deontay Wilder. I'm not sure that's a good idea. If it's the same Deontay Wilder, I don't think that is a good idea. I think Deontay Wilder's one of those guys. Yeah, he can be outboxed, and maybe Parker's got the boxing ability. He does have the boxing ability to win rounds against Wilder. He's a better boxer than Wilder. I get that viewpoint, but Joseph Parker goes into this mode where he's just doing enough. He's not forcing himself on the fight. And against a guy like Deontay Wilder, if Wilder's the same guy, he's just going to have 12 rounds to land that straight right hand and hurt Joseph Parker and then get a stoppage. I don't think that's the right idea. I think Deontay Wilder is the sort of fighter you have to take out of his comfort zone. And we saw that with Tyson Fury, obviously. Even elements of the first Ortiz fight, we saw that. Johan Duhaupas, moments in that fight, he showed that. And what those guys did was smother Wilder. They put their shots together. They gave Wilder something to think about defensively. I don't think you should be standoffish against Deontay Wilder. I think that is plainly obvious, to be honest. I think Joseph Parker in this fight is really going to have to show us something. He's going to have to show us something different and be aggressive, not be standoffish, not be lackadaisical, not be just happy to be there. I'm Joseph Parker, I'm Tyson Fury's mate. No, he needs to take a leaf out of Tyson Fury's book and be aggressive. Try to march Wilder down. Joseph Parker's not the greatest on the inside, I get it. Wilder's terrible on the inside. Wilder's awful on the inside. Parker's better than Wilder on the inside. Parker needs to march Wilder down. Tight guard, compact. Try to jab on the front foot as Wilder's moving backwards. Feint the jab. Make Wilder hesitant. We saw Fury do a great job of that in the second fight in particular. And then slowly start to close the distance on Wilder and work him up close. Club him to the side of the head. Try to dig to that body. Just try and maul him up close. Make it uncomfortable for Deontay Wilder. I don't want to see Joseph Parker pussyfoot around with Wilder and play like a game of tit for tat. That will work for a certain amount of time, but will it work for 12 rounds without getting caught? I doubt it. So yeah, I want to see Parker be aggressive here. Parker can put his shots together. He can put his shots together with speed. He's not the biggest puncher in the world, but to hurt Deontay Wilder, I don't think you have to be the biggest puncher. I don't care what anybody says. Tyson Fury's not a big puncher at heavyweight, in my opinion. Parker needs to be aggressive. He needs to be far more aggressive than we've been used to seeing. And me saying that kind of, I kind of come to the realization that I doubt we see that from Joseph Parker. I've seen enough of Joseph Parker to where I know what to expect. And I think he'll be standoffish. I don't think he'll be aggressive. I don't think he'll take the bull by the horns. I don't think he'll take risks. And yeah, he'll stay in there for a while, I'd imagine. But eventually I think he'll get caught and get stopped. Personally. As for Deontay Wilder, well, listen, Wilder's not a great boxer, we know. What Wilder is, he's awkward. He is relatively agile, he's relatively quick, especially with the jab and the straight right hand. He likes to keep that distance, he likes you to be standoffish, so he can look for openings for his straight right hand. Wilder's not a complicated fighter by any means. I think Joseph Parker, given his usual style, will play into Wilder's hands, and Wilder will land a shot, maybe a collection of shots that will hurt and eventually stop Joseph Parker. Don't really need to say what Wilder has to do. Wilder is Wilder. He's not going to change. Wilder is Wilder. And I think that will be enough in this fight if Joseph Parker doesn't mix things up, if he doesn't change his style up. And that's what I expect to happen. I don't expect Parker to change his style up. So, with that being said, I think when it comes to Wilder fights, it's always hard to predict when he'll knock a guy out, but I think he will knock out Joseph Parker. I'm going to say round 6. He'll knock out Joseph Parker in round 6. That's my pick. I've got Wilder. I think it's the safe bet, despite him being out of the ring for a long time and being 38. I'd still say it's a safer pick than picking Joseph Parker. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting due to a few dynamics, a few unknowns. And I think Parker could make it a good fight. I think he's got the attributes to make it a good fight and maybe pull off the upset. I just don't have faith in Parker letting it all hang out. I've got to be honest. I don't have faith in this guy. I lost that a long time ago. And I think this will be the last we see of Joseph Parker, more than likely. I've got Wilder by knockout mid-rounds, round 6. What about you guys? Share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Del Boy. Peace.